So today I thought that I would do my vlog while I am making dinner, which I am planning on making lasagna, and it is going to be delicious. I'm making my own sauce. Got, onion, garlic, tomatoes, all that stuff. It's going to be beef, and yeah, let's get started. So to start out my sauce, I'm getting my onion and bell pepper and mushrooms and seasonings all cooking first. I want to get those seasonings in there to kind of bloom the flavors a little bit, make them a little bit brighter. Don't mess with me. I got a knife. So I've got my onion, I've got my bell pepper, I've got all of my seasonings all ready. I am chopping them up. I'm going to get them sauteing real fast and get our sauce started. So then I have gotten my thyme and rosemary and sage and basil and onion and bell pepper, and I've actually got a little bit of fennel seed in there too. I put it in there so that it gives my beef a little bit more of a sausage-like flavor. And also I don't crush it up, I don't grind it up first, because I really do like biting into something and getting that rush of flavor for that one instance, and then biting into another bite and getting some other type of flavor. It really brings the wonder into the food for me, you know what I mean? So then I got some focaccia, which I have decided to make a balsamic glaze and drizzle over and then toast. So while I've got the onions and bell peppers going, I've got the glaze going right there, and it is just some balsamic vinegar with grape juice and a little bit of sugar. And I'm going to let it cook down for quite a while. We'll see how it goes. I will give you an update on whether or not it actually turns out. I've never actually done it before, so we'll see. The best thing about my cooking, though, recipe? What's that? I don't use recipes. I just go. I fly by the seat of my pants. So then I have Roma tomatoes here. This is what I've been using for my sauce. I've already got, I don't know, 20 of them in there or so. And what I've been doing as far as cutting them is I have my handy dandy February Pro knife, which is my favorite knife that I've ever gotten. I mean, unless you're talking about hunting knives. I have the case knife that's a gutting and skinning knife, but as far as kitchen utensils go, this is the best. Now, not 100% wonderful on tomatoes. Now, if you do recall a video when I bought knives, I bought the Forever Sharp cutlery. Now, they really don't work great on cutting a whole lot of things. I mean, they'll cut it for sure, and they'll cut it well, but it's just awkward because rather than using a chopping motion, it's a slide motion, and it's just not what I'm used to, not working in the kitchen like I have. But they're great for tomatoes. That's one thing that they are dang good at. So how I've been cutting them out is I've been quartering it. So cutting it, into 4 pieces like that, and then I've just been dicing it as small as I can, really. And I know that all of you chefs see this wannabe chef cutting with his hand completely gripped over. Face palm. Cutting them as small as I can. And I've got my handy dandy masher, which, by the way, if you don't know, anything that I use in the kitchen becomes mine, whether or not it's yours or his or mine. It becomes mine if I'm in the kitchen and I'm using it, and then it's handy dandy. Always handy dandy. So, using my handy dandy masher, I will mash these up into more of a pulp in the end, and I will show you the finished product when I am done. I've also got some sun-dried tomatoes right here, which not traditional for sauce making, but it is an intense tomato flavor that I just love. And so I probably add a little bit of the oil, cut a couple of them up, throw them in there, cut them real fine so that it mixes throughout the whole thing. Even though I do like a bite here, a bite there, some stuff, this is what I like to be flavoring the whole dish. It's great. Jump cut! So I've got my sauce cooking, I got my drizzle just condensing. My sauce tastes delicious. It needs more time to cook down. to refine its flavors. But in the meantime, I'm gonna start layering out some lasagna in a pan. So then I have my bread perfectly sliced in half. It's beautiful. Don't ask me how I do it, because I couldn't tell you if I knew. So then I have my real Romano cheese ready to be shredded. And I have my ricotta cheese ready to be put in the pan. I'm all ready to go. Let's frickin' do this. So while all that's cooking, I figure why not have a little story time! Story time! Story time! Story time. This morning, great morning. I mean, I took a shower. It was a wonderful one. I had made my lunch. I was ready to go. I was leaving 5 minutes early. I get out to my car. Voltmeter says that it's low. I don't understand. Okay, the key's in the ignition, but it's in the off position. Shouldn't have mattered. I left it in there all night, but yeah. Turn the keys. Everything comes on just fine. Turn it a little bit more to crank, and I get okay, we're gonna try one more time. Dang it! So, what do? I automatically just go walking around the block, see if there's any lights on any houses, if I can knock on the door and possibly get someone to answer, jump me off, if they have jumper cables. I get around the whole block, I go around the next block, nobody's awake, I don't see any lights on. I'm too much of a wimp to knock on doors, somebody's going to come out with a shotgun. So I'm going back to the house. I would pass a house that has 2 dogs that come barreling out of the door at me, barking like crazy. I don't know whether I should run to the door and ask a person for help or whether I should run away from the dogs. But guy comes running out of the door as well, just after his dogs, once he hears them barking like crazy at me. Mitzi! Carly! Get back in the house! Someone's awake! I can bother the crap out of them! Sir, could you help me out? I left my keys in my car last night. Apparently it drained the battery. I'm really sorry, but do you have any jumper cables? Could you jump me off? Well, buddy, I'm real sorry, but I'm pretty sure that they're in the work truck. Well, could you check? When I say I'm pretty sure they're in the work truck. Sorry about that, buddy. Well, thanks anyway. Dang it! When I get back to the house, I call my boss. Hey, I'm really sorry, my car won't start. I'm sorry to wake you up. I don't know what to do. I guess I could knock on some doors, see if anybody will answer. But I've already walked around the block and they're all asleep. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I know, it's my fault. I guess I'm gonna knock on some doors. We'll see what happens, and I'll get back to you. Back on the prowl. Knock on the door across from mine. No answer. Knock on the door over there. No answer. Knock on the third door. No answer. And then all of a sudden, beep. Somebody started a car. So I get over to where this guy started his truck. It's a diesel truck, utility bed, got all sorts of stuff on the back. I look in the window and there's nobody in the car. Okay, that's weird. So I go up to the door, I ring the doorbell. Nothing. Try it again. Listen real close. I didn't hear a doorbell. Must not be working. Open up the storm door, knock on the mudroom door. And almost instantly, this guy in his boxers answers the door. Hey, come on inside for a sec. So I go into this guy's house and I'm really sorry, my car doesn't start. It needs a jump. Do you have jumper cables and can you jump me off? I heard your truck start and this is the only option that I have. I just started my car from my bed, man. I got a remote start. So give me a second to get dressed, but I do have some jumper cables and I can jump you off. Give me just a sec. So we get back over to the house. One of the dumbest things I've ever done, even though I didn't know that my battery was going to die, still probably shouldn't do it again. I parked my car forward into the driveway where there's snow all around, and I've already tried to push it out so that it'd make it more accessible for someone to jump it off, but to no avail. Dude is all like, yeah, I'm too lazy for that. I'm not pushing that out. We'll see what we can do otherwise. Dude comes barreling through the yard like he's Superman, trying to make some tracks in our 3 to 4 foot snow drifts in his 4-wheel drive. He doesn't really get a whole lot of anywhere. He finally ends up deciding, let's just put a tow rope on you and pull you out. So he gets his tow rope out, pulls me out, parks beside me, we jump it off, finally, but by this time, it's 5:40. There's no way I'm going to work now. It takes an hour to get there and I have to be there in 20 minutes. So I call my boss back up. Well, I guess go ahead and take the day off. I'll get somebody to replace you today. Can't really do anything else about it. Sucks that your car wouldn't start. But I got to make homemade lasagna. America! Jump cut! So then I've got the oh so popular 5 layers. Yeah, it's not actually that popular. I just, yeah, I had a lot of stuff and I decided, hey, let's make 5 layers. It's gonna be so delicious though, I'm so excited. Oh, and then our focaccia is beautiful. It has our balsamic drizzle on it. So the lasagna turned out great. The bread with the balsamic vinegar glaze on it turned out great. It all was awesome. The lasagna, for your viewing pleasures, completely homemade. Well, I mean, I guess I didn't make, the pasta. Yeah. So thanks guys for tuning in. We'll see you in a few days. Like, share, subscribe. Give me some feedback on what you want. If you want Daniel in there, I'll try and make some more time for Daniel, I guess. Daniel. Oh. And we'll see you next time. If you get them in there first, you get them a little bit heated up, they'll release their flavors a lot more. That's what blooming means. Well, anyway. But, in the meantime, I probably shouldn't use hell. Look at the screen. Action! Love you guys!